Once you've logged in, click on the Campaign tab at the top of your settings. Then click on Create New Campaign. From here, on your first campaign, there's going to be no settings that you can pull from. So in this case, we're just going to create a fresh campaign. You enter in the campaign name. The description is something only you as the admin will see. Your users will not see this. The caller ID name is the name that you want the customers to see. In this case, we're going to use the example of ABC Company. The caller ID number needs to be a valid 9-digit number. This is very important. If you do not use a valid 9-digit number, the carrier will increase your dialing rates, as well as you will not be able to make any manual calls. The next box you want to check is Limit Calling Hours. And what this does is it eliminates the dialer from dialing outside of the parameters that you've chose for a specific file. And this is the example. We're going to set it at 8 a.m. to 9 p.m., which is the national timeline to call for call centers. The dial override rate is a rate that you choose of how many lines you would like to be dialing per campaign per agent. So if we have 2 agents on there and you click on 4 lines, it's going to be dialing 8 lines at a time. Keep in mind that the standard is actually 3. You should be receiving a new phone call every 30 to 45 seconds. Wait for agent means how long would you like a customer to be waiting for an agent if he's not available. We always want to just leave it at 60 seconds. Some people are patient, some people are not. The next box you want to check is answering machine detection if you want to eliminate up to 85% of voicemails. What that means is the dialer will notice a voicemail and not put it through to your agents. The next box is record all. This is where all your calls will be recorded from the predictive dialer. If you're going to do recording on demand, you want to make sure that this box is unchecked so you can click the record button from the contact view screen. Once you've completed, click Save Campaign. Now that I've created my first campaign and I want to go in and create a second campaign, I simply click on Create New Campaign. I'm going to load my settings that I already have in there for my previous campaign and just give it a new name and click Save Campaign. Once my campaigns have been created, if I hover over each icon, it will tell me what it does. The pencil will enable me to edit the properties. The refresh button will refresh the properties on my screen. If I want to delete this campaign, I click on the red trash can. By clicking on the blue plus sign, you can add leads to the campaign. By clicking on the speaker, you can add or update an abandoned message. Clicking on the leaf, you can recycle your contacts. Clicking on the graph will show a graph of that specific campaign. To the right, you will see your total contacts, your connected contacts, your total calls made, and the remaining contacts. Keep in mind that you do have an abandon rate. The national abandon rate is 3%. That means if your dialer is dialing too fast, it cannot hang up on more than 3% of the calls that you are making. All the recordings that are made from an outbound predictive dialer campaign can be found on the website or a downloadable CSV from here.